Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Mordechai. Joe Sharp. Bli Neder. We're planning to start giving $500 a month towards the Heilige Avodah of MDY starting in Shvat. I'll set up in a few weeks. Just wanted to give you a little drop of chizuk to your Chanukah campaign efforts. Yisher koyach gadol ma'od. As always, thank you, Rebbe Yosef, and everyone else in front of and behind the scenes working so hard to change lives like mine. Have a good Shabbos. Joe Sharp. A bunch of new people that we haven't mentioned. This is the last time I'm going to mention for now. Be'ez Hashem, I'll try. Somebody has to remind me. On Rosh Chodesh, we'll do all the new ones. But now, Yaakov Citron, $1 a day. Stepped it up. Yaakov stepped it up. What's the name of your company, Yaakov? What's the name of your company? Citron Films. Our boys say, check it out. He's a star. He's so good. We flew him in for the Shabbaton. He put together a beautiful piece. We'll show the oil one of these days. Jay Nathanson, the famous Jay Nathanson. New Jersey Hassett. Bruce Kessler, $1 a day. Yaakov Soler, $1 a day. Jay Frechter, Max Wallach, David Friedlander. All these are $1 a day. Unbelievable. David Kramer, Yitz the Great Cohen. He wrote it about himself. Our boys say together, Yitz the Great Cohen. Menashe Blaustein. And these are people that are giving monthly. Jake Manis, $36. Shmuley Grossberger, $2. Warren Tzvi Kimmel, $18. Gedalia Waldman, $36. Yeshua Ludmir, $30. Drachim Philip Sundervan, $36. Benjamin Gutman, $1, I think. Aliza and Zev Belsky. Zev from thechairmarket.com. The brother, before we had Murti, also did like a fraction. 30.5. Naftali Tilson, 36. Tepfer, 5. Avi Hager, 18. Evan Rosenfeld, 36. Daniel Rosenberg, 18. Rabbi Isai. And the final one, Acher Nachar Chaviv, Harry Shalom, 101. Kapara Alecha, 101. Unbelievable. Shkoyach Reb Harry Shalom from Los Angeles. From David Address, Staten Island had a guest the Shabbos. The famous Yoel Bergman from Chicago with his favorite Slurpee. Now I remember, I don't know if you guys remember that Mark Ashkenazi used to send Slurpees to Yoel Bergman before his parents made it usher. He's getting too many. He used to send it in a taxi. Like the taxi was like $25 for $1.99 Slurpee. The chesed. Rabbi Stefansky, when you were discussing income that comes after a person dies, you mentioned insurance. There is a night and day difference between a life insurance payment and a payment because of an ox killed someone. That's what Gemara is, to show the difference. How you view even things like this. The mazik schiv never existed until the person died. The mazik did not expect to make the payment. The nizik did not expect to receive the payment. The chiv to pay an insurance policy, in contrast, exists upon payment of the premium. The insurance company expects to make the payment and they have to set money aside for this purpose. The beneficiary expects to receive the payment. With whole life, the most common form of life insurance, a payment will be made with certainty. Some policies are prepaid for life, meaning that the benefit is guaranteed to be paid in full, and only the time of the payment is uncertain. Only the timing of the payment is uncertain. Even with the typical policy, I'm not sure that he's right, because it comes into effect the moment the person dies. That's when you pay it. But he's saying that it's there, but you can't. If you ask them for it, they won't give it to you. He's saying that sometimes if a person is 100 years old, they'll even give you the full death benefit despite being alive. Okay, so in that case, it might be there. So there is, I don't know. Again, it's something to think about, but beautiful. Yaakov Subek. Rabbi Isai, the Belzer Rebbe took a page out of our shir. Yeah, he heard about what we did with the fish and the hands-on. And he himself wanted to show the island. He wanted to make it interesting. So look what he did. Let me see if we have some sound. There's no sound? They also have live fish. What are you talking about? Eli. This is a love letter. Eli, I love you. I'm so honored to be here with you on MDY. I live in the same complex where your sister and brother-in-law lives in Houston, Texas. Bekitzer, Shilach Bekarov, Philip Goldstein, Feivel Mordechai, Ben Malko. The koilel of the day is sponsored by Abba Rennert, my grandfather's yahrzeit, Reb Avram ben Reb Osher, Enzel HaKohen Kopelovich. Oh, that's very interesting. Abba, I didn't know that. My daughter-in-law is a Kopelovich. Interesting, right? Your shidduch. The Masechta is sponsored for the unity of Am Yisrael. Parnas HaChodesh, leilo Nishmat Chaneh bar Elimelech, Parnas HaChodesh, leilo Nishmat Mendel ben Pinchas, Parnas HaChodesh, leilo Nishmat Zechariah ben Moshe, leilo Nishmat Chaya bas Yosef, Parnas HaChodesh, Yosef ben Chaya Sara, for the zchusim that come from supporting limud HaTorah. Parnas HaShavua, refוא shleima for the Dvora bas Sara, Morti is in the house, Shalom Aleichem, and Hatzlacha to all those who say Vayichulu v'Chavana. Parnas HaYoim, Benjamin Levine. Something like that. That's what it says here. The art of the month is not sponsored by anybody yet. I want to shout out to all the chevra in their Talmud. Close to 200 people that took upon themselves to do the daf. The son of the Rav over there had a bar mitzvah, Yosef Shlomo. So, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. Rabbi Sai, I want to announce again, I announced it yesterday. I'm very excited. It's a tremendous hergish. Tonight, we're starting something new, and we need a lot of siyata d'shmaya, and I'm asking the Olam to daven. Shir in Hebrew. It's very possible that the shir in Hebrew could bring as many people as the shir in English. There's thousands and thousands of Israelis that would appreciate a shir like this, perhaps. We don't know. It might be a big flop, but, we're recording it. It's going to be here in the Beis Medrash every single night at 9 o'clock p.m., including Motzei Shabbos for now, 9 o'clock p.m., besides Erev Shabbos, of course, where we're going to have to figure it out.
You're going to beat the streak. Beat the 1,500 days in a row streak.
Why? You don't get extra. You can't if you do twice. No. Also, I want to tell the Olam, I want to share with those in America what all of us here in Eretz Yisrael experienced on Friday night, Leil Shabbos. We were here in the shul. Yes. I'm going to announce. Don't worry about it. I didn't forget. Huh?
If you speak Hebrew, don't go to the shloshim. Go straight to the shir.
Ooh. It's Binyamin Irli's Shloshim tonight. There's a whole program. I don't have it in front of me. And if you took Dapim of Gemara, we did. How much? Half a shas. So it's kedai to do it by tonight. And Robert is here on the Shloshim Erev Shloshim. It was a big chizik to us that he came the day after Shiva, 8 days after his son was lifted. He came here. Very, very hard to do, and he did it. Hard to be here today, and he did it. It's chizik for all of us. And he said, right now, if you didn't hear what he said, however, if you're coming to the night shir, to the Hebrew shir, go to the shir, don't come to the shloshim. So I was in the middle of saying that in the middle of a drasha that we had, a lot of people were in different places. We were in the middle of a speech between Kabbalah Shabbos and Ma'ariv, and suddenly there were sirens, which we didn't hear in over a month or so. And there was basically a little bit of a panic, and the Olam ran out of the shul, and they were looking for a shelter, and there's not really a shelter close by, and they all huddled underneath the stairs besides me and the last guy out of the shul, and we were looking at them like, what are you doing over there? So it was interesting, and sure enough, there's a huge bang, here in Mabed Shemesh, where a missile made it through the Iron Dome and actually landed near our neighborhood on the 10 over here. Tremendous boom, shook everybody up a little bit, and then you heard a bunch of smaller ones, which were the Iron Dome. So this is, we were more worried about what our wives were doing at the time. They need our support or whatever. Just a day in life. And it happens to be that, to me, it's good to hear. I hear the bombing in Gaza, as many of you do. Today, between 3 and 4, there's a lot of geschmacka bombing. After that, it wasn't so. What I missed it during the 3 days of rain, there was zero. I didn't hear a single thing. I don't know if it's me but those sounds are good. The other ones are not so good. Rabbi, I just want to show you what we missed out last night. We had a lot of technical difficulty. And for those of you who didn't see it, A lot of you will see it on the recording today, but many of you who are here in the Shir and who you weren't at the Shir, so here's just an opportunity when the Mishnah says that the bull wanted to kill another bull and instead killed a human being, or he wanted to kill one human being and killed another one. This is what Yoshi did. I thought it was a beautiful thing. Here you go. Here's a guy on a beach chair learning Gemara, and he's thinking to himself, I got to get that bull, and that's what we missed out yesterday. Huh? Miskaven. He shows the kavana. It's in his head. I want to get the guy with the facing me. And then somehow the big chair moved that away. Okay, gewaldig. As long as Ashi liked it, we're good. Okay, Rabbi, so we're holding by a brand new Mishnah, brand new Sugi, Daf Mendel, Amud Beis. Mem Daled Amud Beis. Magen David. Shor Shuhu Yoitzeli Sokel. The bull killed somebody, and Bezin already paskin. Lo yas the oilam shayla. With a show of hands, maybe. If somebody steals a pie of pizza before Pesach, and after Pesach is over, he decides to do tshuva, and he gives back the pie of pizza, which basically right now is worthless because it's chametz she'avar lava Pesach. Is he yaitza, and it's a week old, but it's frozen, it's Mendelssohn's in the box. Is he yaitza giving back the gneva?
Yes.
You say, yeah, anybody?
Yes.
Rabbi say, for this we have to ask only one person in the room, Hillel. Machloik is very good, Hillel. Very good. He's holding, Mamish holding. Sharshu, who's Yoitzeli Sakel. I think it's a phenomenal thing. You're giving back something that's worthless, and you're Yoitze. It's okay, you don't have to buy menu. Sharshu Yoitzeli Sakel Vigdisha Balav. This bull, psak din, that you have to stone it to death. He killed a human being. As we learned yesterday, that even after the bull goes ahead and gores, you could go ahead and be mafkir, you could go ahead and be magdish. But over here, the Bezin already said that it's yoitzeli sakel. You have to kill it. They're already leading it to its death. Vigdisha balav, and the owner went ahead and made it hekdish to the Beis Hamikdash. Einoi mugdash. It's not yours. You lost your ownership over here. Shchatai, and you ran ahead and you shechted it real quickly. A trick. Bisarim asur. It's also about no anyway. So the basur is asur. But what if right before Bezin had a chance to make a verdict, mugdash, then it does go to Beis Hamikdash, shchatai bisarim mutar, and if you shecht it real quickly before Bezin has a chance, the meat is edible, you're allowed to eat it. Brand new Mishnah, Rabbi say. New Mishnah. The Mishnah is sponsored by Moshe Cohen, not this, the entire Mishnah. Sponsored by Moshe Cohen. He's back, Rabbi say, he's back. L'schus, tremendous Hatzlacha in Ruchnius, and a tremendous Shefa in Gashmius. If a person gives his bull to be watched, and he gives it to a shoymechinam, a shoyel. Shoymechinam is a watcher that does it for free. Shoyel is somebody that borrows it. L'nois is sachar, somebody that he pays to watch. U'lesoicher, and somebody who rents it. These are the four shoymrim. As you see on the chart, I don't have the ability for some reason. These buttons not working. Let's try. Okay. Each one has a different chiyuv, and as we go along, we'll see different things. But a shomer chinam, obviously, since he's not getting paid, you get what you pay for. So since you're not paying him to watch your animal, he's really not chayiv a much. He's only chayiv if he's very negligent on a pshiyah. A shomer sacha, on the other hand, even if it was stolen or lost, he's chayiv. He's only potter na oinus if it's a complete. How do you say oinus in English? Accident, thank you. Something like that. A shoyel is in big trouble. Somebody who borrows something, even a oinus, you are chayiv. Only makes machas v'lacha. If it dies while you're using it, then you're potter. Very rare. So the Mishnah says that these four shoymrim become instead, they become like the owner. MMA, whatever the owner is chayiv, you're chayiv. If the animal's a tam, you have to pay, you the shomer have to pay half a damage, and if it's a muad, you pay the full damage. The last line on the Amud. If the animal, the bull, killed someone before the verdict, mecharoi machur. If you go ahead and you sell it, even though it killed someone, it's a good sale. Now, yesterday we had a whole discussion. If the sale is a sale, do you need the owner, the original owner, to be there as a part of it? And we said, according to one man, that if he's mafkir, the bull gores somebody, then the owner goes ahead and lets the animal free. Hefker. You don't kill the animal. Why? Because at the Gemara din, you're not going to have the same owner. You need the same owner. So, even if you hold, you don't need the same owner. Hefker doesn't work. Says Rashi, if you look at the top Rashi, Liridya. I'm just asking a question, not whether we're going to kill the animal. Of course we're going to kill the animal, according to Chacham at least. We're going to go, we're going to find the animal wherever it is, and we're going to kill him. Why? Because he killed a human being. My question is, if he went ahead and he sold it, could you plow a field for the next 2 days until you kill him? Higdishai. Now, if I'm going to kill this animal anyway, so who cares if he's hegdish or not hegdish? Says Rashi, it's a big nafkamina. What happens if somebody takes a ride on this bull, takes him to work one day? He's moyel. He's over ami'ila. Yes, Bezin are going to go grab him and stone him to death. But meanwhile, are you over ami'ila? Meanwhile, could you use him to plow? Shchata, it works. Shchata b'sari mutar, and therefore, since there's no verdict, there's no psak din, you're allowed to eat the meat. This is one of those halachas that's very annoying. In other words, we're talking about the shomer. He watched this is Mendel's favorite question, this guy was supposed to watch the animal. He didn't watch him that well. He goes out, he says, listen, take this bull. Bezin are going to come the next day, they're going to find the bull and kill the bull, and the guy lost out on his bull. But in terms of the shomer, reminds me, like we said, that if you borrow $1,000, halachically, it's okay to go give him subim. You bring a dump truck full of oats. Nobody eats oats anymore. And if you do, it's 2 cups a year. Take a whole dump truck and dump it in front of on his front lawn. This is zchariya. I gave you a $1,000 loan, and this is how you pay me back. You're Russia. Yeah, you're a bad guy. Rabbi Galinsky even says that he might get a din, like they might punish him for it. But in terms of giving back the loan, he gave back the loan. He could put a nice check. I paid back the loan. In terms of this shomer, is he a bad guy? Yes. But he fulfilled his obligation. He opened up the door, put this bull that's due to die tomorrow by stoning, put it back in the guy's backyard, and yaitza. But once there's a verdict, then they say, you got to kill this bull. The bull is also bana, so you can't even sell it. You can't sell it even to do ridya, to do plowing. It's not yours to give it to the Beis HaMikdash even. That's it. We took it away from you. It's what's the word? I just had it and left. No, like when a person he's due to die. He's condemned. No, is that the word? Yeah. Condemned. Okay. It's not yours. You can't do things with it. You can't make it the Beis HaMikdash. And you can't even eat the meat. And you want to be a shtikmacher and go take the bull and put it back in the guy's backyard, that doesn't work. Any muksar, it's not considered as if you gave it back. No. Rakiv argues. Interesting halacha. Even though Bezin said, let's take this bull and let's stone him, we'll do it tomorrow. Comes the shomer, grabs the bull, puts it back in the backyard. He's not responsible. He did whatever he needed to do. So what's the pshat? So what's the svar in the machlokes? What's the logic of it? Perhaps the Rabban and Savri ein oimrim bi Surya hana arei shel chol lefanecha. That's the case of chametz. We say by chametz, a guy steals a pie of pizza, and it became asur b'hana because it was chametz shavar of a Pesach. Could I say harei shel fanecha? Here, take it back. Why? Because of the idea of hezek she'eino nikar. Thank you. Hezek she'eino nikar. It's damage that you can't see. You can take a microscope. You look at the pizza pie. It doesn't say anywhere in the pizza that it was chametz. That Pesach came by, didn't go by. There's no mechir. Yes, mechir. It doesn't say. I'm giving you something. I stole this. Visibly, is the same thing that I gave back. I gave back the same thing. Could you do that or not? So we have a machlokes. Perhaps that's a machlokes. I have here a bull that Bezin said you have to kill. It looks just like the bull that it was yesterday, and just like his friends, the bulls in the pen. So I'm giving it back to you. Could you do that or not? Or no? Halachically speaking, this bull is condemned to die, so I can't give such a bull back. No machlokes. Perhaps it's no machlokes. And that what? And this is how we paskin that you could. It's permitted to give back a pie of pizza after Pesach. The ganav is yoytze when he gives back the chametz. Here, do whatever you need to do with it. Sorry, it's not worth anything. It's not my bad. It's yours. And I'll prove it to you. Why did they argue about that? They're not arguing about chametz. They're arguing about a bull that's nigmar dinoy. What's the difference? Very, very interesting. We know that when it comes to human beings, you cannot paskin unless very extreme cases, but usually you need the Baal Din, you need the person that's being judged, you need him there in court. And the question is, do you need to bring a bull into court? Is that a halacha or not? Now, if you think about it for a second, you'll come up with the logic by yourself. When it comes to a human being, I need him there. Why do I need him there? Because he could say something. He'll say, that's not what happened. I think like this. What's a bull going to help you if he's in front of you? Why in the world does it make sense that you need an animal to sit there in front of you? How's that going to change anything?
See him, maybe you're going to work hard to defend him. You feel bad for him. You'll work hard. For the bull? For the bull? No,
he killed a human being, for goodness sakes. Why would I want to defend him?
Then why do we have the Chava case? Just kill him.
The Torah says,
there's a case, right? There's a case. There's a real case going on. The only reason would be
okay. Excellent. You take the side of the one that says that he has to be there. Excellent. No, it's a machlokes. Hill said it's a machlokes. He didn't say it on this, but I'm just taking what he said before and putting it. There's a machlokes there. Yeah. We have machlokes. Does the bull have to be there or not? The Rabbanan Sabri ain't goyrim dina shel shor el b'fanav. The Rabbanan, and you hold like your Rabbanan, which is great. Yeah, I like it. Actually, I didn't think about that. It's true. Domar lei iya darti nahalei have a marakne leila agma. We'll show this. Why not? Because it's Shabbos. What? This one is a classic. That's why I remembered it when this part. I mean, maybe the music. He laughed twice about the same thing. It's not. Ashi had a daughter, you know that. Were you already saying it? What number is that, Ashi? 4. Beli ayin hara, Ashi. She keeps you up at night? Does she keep you up at night? Or she's like my kids that they slept through the entire night. I never heard any of my kids. My wife lied and she said they used to get up every 2 hours. It's sheker. Huh?
My wife gets kept up.
Not you. You look. You have frische koiches, Ashi. It's givaldik. Okay, good. Yeah. So he says, listen. What's going on here is very, very interesting because over here, Rabbanan say that I need this bull, and the fact that you got rid of it, you gave the bull to Bezdin. So Rashi says over here, this is what we call, this is different than chametz. This is different than Pesach happened and there's an invisible isser on the pie of pizza. This is different. Over here, he did something with his hands. He took the bull and he gave it. He gave it over to Bezdin. That's a Ma'aseh B'Yadayim. It's Hezek B'Yadayim. So it's different than Chametz. Rabbi Yaakov Savar. So how could Rabbi Yaakov argue that? Savar Goyim Dina Shel Shor Shlei B'Fanav. You could do the whole case without the bull in front of you. Do Amar Lei Soif Migmar have a Gomer Lei Lidina. Since I don't need the bull, so the fact that you gave the bull over to Bezdin, that's not Hezek B'Yadayim. The Hezek would have happened on its own. It's like Pesach just happening without you. You don't have to ask Pesach to come here. You don't have to give the pie pizza to anybody. It's just the chametz happened on the pie pizza over here also. Without the bull being here, the bull could run away. You could put the bull in a agam. You can do whatever you want. It's not going to help you. Bezdin is going to do a psak din without him there. First of all, no. They say hezek sheni nikar. Yeah. Because Pesach is hezek sheni nikar. We're talking about Pesach before. I said hezek before. I didn't say now. You're going back 5 minutes ago.
No, you just said now it's different than
But now we're talking about something else. I'm saying in Pesach it's hezek sheni nikar. Chametz is hezek sheni nikar. I just want to point out that sometimes you do have to bring animals to court. And there was a case here in Israel with Itamar Ben Gvir, the famous, he's a real character. And he was suing the police that they harassed him and they pulled a gun on his dog. So he's suing the police. So the cop said he's a very dangerous dog. So he says, no, he's a very small, cute dog. So the judge says you have to bring the dog. So this is him in court with the dog. So the judge said, Lamaisa, he's not a very big, large, dangerous dog, but he's definitely not a small, little, cute dog. And Mamela, I don't remember what happened. But what? There was a pshar. Yeah. No pshar, sir. No. You don't sue people here in this country. It doesn't work. Anyways, Dr. Gemara. My time of the Rabbanon. What's going on here behind the scenes? Hashar Yisakov Agam Ba'al of Yumas. It says in the pasuk that you stone the ox, the bull, and also the owner should die. So there's a gzera shava here. Kemisas bahabailem or hekesh, kemisas habailem kachmisas hashar. They're similar. Ma ba'alim b'fneihem. So there's another pasuk in Bamidbar Perik Lamed Hey. V'hoyu lachem ha'arim l'miklot migoyel v'leyomas erzeh ad omdoi l'fneyo eidol ha'mishpat. You have to stand for din Torah. So just like the owner, the human being, it says in the pasuk you have to be there. So too, the shar has to be there. What's the logic? I don't know what the logic. Without logic, I don't need to know time of the crow. There's a hekesh. A bull is like a human being. You can't just make a case. He says there's a time of the crow. There's a reason. Well, you're talking about a human being. El shar. Bar tainto. Does he have a taina? There's no taina. But again, to us, maybe, when we stand and talk to the Rebbeinu Shalom one-on-one, davening or in your room, whatever it is, it's a whole different story. You can have a taina, not a taina like a taina, but a taina like Chaneh. You could talk to Rebbeinu Shalom if you're there in front of him. It's a lot better, I'm saying, than sending the Rebbe to talk for you or sending ask somebody else to daven. You yourself, you're the Baldin. Rebbeinu Shalom, you put me on the world. You gave me this thing. You gave me this koyach. Let me use it. Like Chaneh said, you made me a woman to have children. It was a great taina, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu listened to it. But you have to be there. You have to be one-on-one. It's baididus. Call it whatever you want. Yeah, one-on-one. That's right. You dive in one-on-one to Hashem. Absolutely. Which, by the way, it's not a new concept. It's in the Rishonim is baididus. Yeah. Okay. Misar l'shay mechinam l'shaya.
Chavetz Chaim also writes about it.
Yeah, but he's talking about.
Saying the Chavetz Chaim also talks about it.
Yeah, it's a great thing. He's by those.
It's famous because of Breslov. That's why it's famous.
Yes,
it's just famous because of Breslov. But a lot of people talk about it.
100%.
Mark says they ordered the cops to pay 1,000 shekel to avenge you in 2006.
Really? Wow. My son Akiva sent me this morning a meme that is just a guy going crazy on a keyboard. He's like, and it says on the bottom, this is you, on Matzah Shabbos, going on Google to see your argument on the by the Shabbos table. It's like, you want to be the one that's right. So anyways, so Mark, it came out that Ben Gvir was awarded 1,000 shekel. Okay, great. It wasn't the money. It was him messing with the cops. Like, don't mess with me. You guys are, okay?
Now he's the minister of the country.
What? Yeah, he's the minister. Yes. I'm not kidding. This morning he sent it to me. You know all these little arguments. I forget. Okay, whatever. There's 4 people that go instead of the owner. A watcher that doesn't get paid. And somebody that borrows. You pay a guy to watch your stuff. And somebody that rents. If the bull killed Tamim Nehragim, Uptur min HaKoiver. So a tam gets, you kill an animal that kills a human being, if it's done deliberately, Uptur min HaKoiver. Why? As we said many times, Koifer is only for a muad. Muadim, if the animal's already a muad, and he took a guy to watch the animal, Nehragim, you kill the animal. Umesham is HaKoiver, you pay Koiver. No chiddush here, right? V'chayovim lahachzir. Oh, this is a chiddush. In addition to the koifer, you were paid to watch my animal, and now they took my animal away from me and they stoned him to death. You owe me a $2,000 bull. You're not going to get out of that. And remember this is very important for the sugya. There's one exception to the 4. Now we have to understand it. Why does a watcher that doesn't get paid, why does he not have to pay for the bull? What's the case? If he watched it, a shmira, call it a shmira mu'ula. He put it behind a metal fence and there's a metal chain on him, whatever it is. Afilu kulu namli patru. That's what we call a oinus. It's an accident. And everybody is potter. Everybody meaning, besides one guy. Remember who? Shoyal. Shoyal is chayiv in a oinus. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? I just noticed you. What's your name, Tzaddik? Live sermon from? Averbuch, Shalom Aleichem. Welcome. You behind? Brother, Shalom Aleichem. Another Steinberg. Shkoyach. Did we meet before? Shabbos. Wow. Oh, and you came anyway. That was in the Borough Park Shir? Yeah, I remember you now. He made a Tanoim, and he came during the Tanoim even, like it was before. It was also beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, what's your kiss of Hashem? Yeah. Your bells are beautiful. You know that our big glick over here that we have, Menachem Mendel Fenster from Bells. I shouldn't mention his name. Every time I mention his name, he gets in trouble. Okay. Idenatria, the Art Bells is their watch, believe it or not. And they go to him. Okay. Idenatria, afilu kulu nami lepatru. If it's oinus, then everybody should be exempt besides the shayel. Vidaloi natre. And if they didn't watch him, afilu shoy mechinam nechayev. Why should the shoy mechinam be chayev? Because if you look at the charge, shoy mechinam is chayev when there's a pshia. So if he didn't watch him at all, should be chayev. Says the Gemara, Amud Beis, denatri shmir b'chusa. Oh, so we have to be magdir. What's shmir b'chusa? He didn't do a shmir ma'ula, he did a shmir b'chusa. Says Rashi that he locked the door properly and the door is closed, that it won't come down beruch mitzuya. Which means that a pretty strong wind, not very strong, but strong like on the beach. The Gemara talks about the wind of the ocean on the beach, will knock down the door. But the point is that this is normal. This is how people watch their bulls. They don't go crazy and tie bulls up with chains. They put them behind the door in Am Yisrael. Shoy mechinam kol salei shmirasai. That's enough. For shoy mechinam means enough. Hanach le kol salei shmirasan. A shoy mesachar who's chayiv in gneva aveda, he has to step it up. Which I think, Rabbi Yosef, if you think about it for a second, it's a beautiful thing. You have 2 human beings that are identical, basically. One, he has to watch more, and one he has to watch less. And what's the difference? Because it's the expectations. What do I expect from you? Shayr mechinam, you get what you pay for. You didn't pay. So I can't expect you to go crazy and watch him and then stand guard there with a gun and then chains. Normal. Do it. Right? Spectate. Shem Sachar. Since you're Chai B'gnei Aveda, the expectation is much higher. Mashal, what is going to get to us? I think is gewaldic. Each person has to maximize his potential, and that's his expectation. In other words, a person that's born with a certain kishron, he's going to have to own up to it. You can't say, oh, but Pliny doesn't learn that much. Well, maybe you have more time than Pliny. Maybe you have less time. Pliny doesn't give that tzedakah, but you have more money than Pliny, so you have to give more tzedakah. Each person to his potential. If you're a shomer chinam, less. Shomer sachar, less. Okay. Zok the Gemara, oh Amri. Now the Gemara says, who is it going according to? Kiman, Ikir, Meir. We have to become familiar with these machlokes, and we'll see it soon. Mamish on our daf. Ikir, Meir. Do Amar Shomer sachar, soicher, a renter. Kishomer chinam dami. Check this out. The pasuk says in Balavi Melei Shalim, im sachir hu, but if he's a renter, who babis zcharai, since he pays for it, so the halach is what? He's either like a shomer chinam, he's either like a shomer sachar. Again, a guy rents a car, a guy borrows a car. Oh, forget it. He's mamish done. He has to take care of it perfectly, unless the car conks out as you're driving it in the street. But otherwise, if somebody hits it, you hit something, whatever, you have to take good care of it. But what about somebody that rents a car? Is he like a shomer chinam or like a shomer sachar? Big difference. What if it was stolen? You rented the car. Do you have to pay for theft? Today, we don't care. Hertz will pay for it. I don't know what. But maybe it does. Depends. Shomer sachar, soicher, shomer chinam dami? And if that's the case, check this out. Look at this. Soicher, I just stuck soicher in. Question mark. I don't know what the halach is. So, Remeir says he's like a shomer chinam. He goes like that. In other words, he's only chayiv in the worst of the worst when he's negligent. But everything else, stolen, lost, all that stuff, potter. If that's the case, listening zchusim shomer chinam v'asoicher, we got a big problem. The brayso that talks about all four doesn't put the two of them together. So it cannot be Remeir. And just pay attention over here, these words. This is the question. It should say put both of them together, and the Gemara is going to flip it. The Gemara is going to say that Remeir actually holds that a soicher is like a shomer sachar. And then you get rid of this question. Okay? I'm just pointing it out here. It'll be easier in a few more lines. V'ikir Rabbi Yehuda. And if it goes according to Rabbi Yehuda, dama soicher k'nois sachar dami. Check out this. You guys are going to love this. Look at that arrow. Oh. If the soicher is like a shomer sachar, and it's Chaya B'gnei Aveda, nisni zchusim shomer chinam v'kulam b'mu'adim p'turim l'inyan kaifer. It should say that all of them, when they're mu'ad, they're parted from kaifer. No, it's somebody else. Not Remeir, not Rabbi Yehuda. The Omar ainli shmira l'sakin. We're going to see in a second. Literally, it's a mission in the middle of this Amud that if you watch a animal, b'shmir mu'ula, the best of the best, you tied it with the chain, you're still chayiv. The only way that he's exempt is if he kills him. There's no way to watch an animal. An animal that did damage, there's no way to watch him. It's like lahavdil elef havdals. I don't want to be compare them chas v'shalom to an animal. It's much worse than an animal. But you have these guys from October 7th. What kind of shmira are you going to give them? You're going to put them in a jail? Ein leilo shmira l'sakin. The only way to do it is chak, death penalty. What else? How? You can't trust a guy like that. Well, yeah, soicher savala kirib Yehuda. Oh, so the reason why he pays kaifer and also the amount of the shar is because he doesn't. He's negligent. There's no way to watch this guy. The only way to watch him is to kill him. So you're negligent for everything. There's no way out of this. However, uliyan soicher savala kirib Yehuda. The Omar soicher k'nois sachar dami. Okay, you're asking me a question. How come it's not in the same category as shomer chinam? Because it's not. It's in the same category as shomer sachar. Like Rabbi Yehuda. Abai Omar. Turning of the daf, sponsored by Chanan and Shirra Averbuch. Eli Nishmat, their holy nephew, Binyamin Meir ben Zev David, whose yard side is tonight, as his shloshim is tonight. And Lili Nishmas b'yom Meir ben Ze'ev David Irli. Says the Gemara. Abaye Omar Loilam Kir Meir. If you want, you can just say it's Meir. Ukid Machlif Rabba Baravua. Rabba Baravua does this a number of times. And you see on the side, brings down different Gemaras that it's done. Yes, it fits into the category. Top line, we asked. If so, listening, right? The first line on the Amud, listening, no, the category is shomer sachar in a soicher. That so it fits in well. Because Rameir actually holds that a soicher is like a shomer sachar, not a shomer chinam. Omer Elazar. Masa shoyer l'shomer chinam. If you give your bull to somebody that doesn't get paid to watch, you get what you pay for. Hizik chayev. If he goes out and causes damage, the shomer chinam is chayev. Listen, you can't say I'm doing it for free. You accept it upon yourself. Liability, you're liable. Huzak potter. If the animal got damaged, you're watching an animal, comes another bull and gores it, that the shomer chinam doesn't have to pay for the damages. Says Gemara, what's the case? It doesn't make any sense. If he accepted upon himself a full shmira, so even when somebody damaged you, your animal, the watcher should have to be paying for that. He accepted to watch it both ways, that it shouldn't damage others and others should damage it. Yeah, you're a shepherd, and you took upon yourself to watch a sheep. Comes a wolf and eats your sheep. You're not chayiv. That's what your job is. So you didn't get paid for it, but you said you're going to watch the sheep. You should take responsibility. And if he didn't accept it, he said before, you know what? I'll do you a favor. I'll watch it. You're going to the store for 5 minutes. I'll watch it, but I'm not responsible. He says straight out, I'm not responsible for anything. So if so, I feel hizik and I'm so even if the bull goes out and damages somebody else, you shouldn't be. Bekitzer miman of shach. Why do you make an afkamina between hizik and huzak? He did accept upon himself. He noticed that this bull has an issue. He likes to go after people or things. The Gemara says a very interesting thing here, according to Rashi. When he knows that this bull has a little bit of a twitch in his leg and he likes to kick other animals, so he took upon himself to watch that shouldn't happen. But it says Rashi Gevaldik, he thought that this guy, he's a tough bull. He's a tough guy. Any bull that comes next to him, he starts kicking. He starts showing them. No bull will come next to him. That's what he thought. In his mind, he thought, I don't have to watch him. I have to watch that he shouldn't cause damage to others. But that a bull will be chutzpahdik and come and hit him? No. He's a meshuggah bull. He'll kick them right away. That I didn't take responsibility. He never thought he had to do that. And that's why he's potter. Says the Elegant Mishnah, sponsored by Moshe Cohen, Zchus, Hatzlacha Gdoilin, Ruchnius, and Shefan Gashmis, Kshori Balov, B'Maisera. You tied we have a three-way machlokes, Rabbi Isai. We have Remeir, Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Eliezer. When it comes to Amud, how much do you have to watch? Kshori Balov, B'Maisera. You tied him up by his rein, or Vinal b'fun of Karoi, or you close the door properly behind him. It's not the best shmir in the world, but you close the door. V'yatzav v'hizik, and he went out and he damaged. Echotam v'echad muad chayav. Divrei Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Meir says that if you do shmir mu'ula, the best of the best, then you potter. But if you did a shmir pchusa, you just close the door. Says Rabbi Meir, you're chayav. Comes Rabbi Yehuda and argues. Rabbi Yehuda Omer tam chayav umuad potter. So this is the famous Rabbi Yehuda that we had and nobody understands. Today we'll understand him a little bit better. He says, no, a tam is actually better off, worse off than a mud. A tam, you're chayiv on a shmir pchusa. But a mud, you're potter. If you do a shmir pchusa, you just put a mud, a guy, an animal that killed 3 human beings, 3 other animals, whatever it is. You put him behind a door that could be blown open by a strong wind, well, you potter. Potter, you hear this? A bull that damaged 3 other bulls, or 3 other humans. If it's a bull that never damaged anybody, you need to put him behind the metal gate. It's unbelievable, Rabbi Yehuda. If you go back to the pasuk, look what it says here. it's talking about a muad. How do I know? Because it says, he's a muad. And you don't watch him. You did a shmir pchusa. Comes Rebbe Eliezer and he says, no, a shmira mu'ula doesn't even work. You see, we're going with katzel. Rebbe Eliezer says that even the least of the shmiras is perfect. Rebbe Eliezer says even the most shmira, you put him in a zoo behind double metal gates with electric, with everything, and he goes out and he damages, you're chayiv. The only way to get out of it is to kill him. No. So it comes out from the Mishnah that according to everybody, listen to this, according to everybody, when it comes to a tam, you need a shmir mu'ula. The whole machlokes is in a muad. Is shmir pchusa good, not good. But in a tam, you need a shmir mu'ula. My time of the Remeir, what's going on with Remeir? Sovar, listen to this. Kosovar stam shvarim lav b'cheska shimur kaimi. This is very important to understand because you get confused as Taisus by Daf Tezvav. We said a different pshat in these words. Over here it means stam shvarim. Most bulls, lav b'cheska shimur kaimi. People don't watch them. We once said pshat that it means within the bull himself is he watched or not. No, now we're talking about the human being. The humans watch him, like in South Africa, where it was. We saw bulls walking around the streets because people, that's how they get married. You have to give the father, the kala, 16 bulls, whatever it is. So you have bulls everywhere. You're driving down the highway, all some bulls walk, cows walk. Why? Stam shvarm, la b'chesk shim rakami. You go up north, you see just cows grazing in Switzerland. They just graze. Nobody watches them. So now the Torah says, and this is how it goes in steps here. This is so good. A bull, nobody watches. Says the Torah, you got to step it up, buddy. You have to watch your tam. You need at least a basic shmira, otherwise you're going to be chayiv. And then the Torah, when it talks about a muad, says Remeir, it goes in steps. Human beings don't watch their animal. Says the Torah, you better watch your animal for a tam. Says the Torah again, step it up even more. You got to go from a simple watch to a major, a mula. And then once I know the major one, mu'ula, now I'm doing a gzeir shava, v'yalef negichel tam, negichel muad, and therefore the gzeir shava tells me that every type of animal, whether it's a tam or muad, needs a shmir mu'ula. Rabbi Yehuda says similar type of logic, but he starts from a different place. No, it's not true. Most people watch their animals. They watch it a basic type of watching. Yeah, they throw it behind the simple door. And then the Torah comes and says, step it up. Tam nishalim. So what's stepping it up? The Torah is telling you go from a shmira pchusa to a shmira mu'ula. So then now it doesn't make any sense. So that doesn't make sense. The Torah already told me by a tam you should have a shmira mu'ula. So then why does the Torah say again, you better watch him? Again, what's more than a shmira mu'ula? Another shmira mu'ula. And this, Rabbi Isai, I got to show you this because Yosef somebody sent it to him, that a farm business to pay 100,000 pounds after a cow kills a woman. This happened this Friday. The cow escaped and killed a woman. So, no, that's already another thing. But we're talking about shmira. The Torah says v'lo shmirano. Talking about it in terms of shmira. So listen to this. This, Rabbi Isai, is a concept all over Shas. Ein riboy acher riboy elo l'mayit. If the Torah already says by a tam, watch it, the greatest shmira, then the Torah says, and by the way, by a muad, you better watch it, the greatest shmira. So it's two things in a row. It's riboy acher riboy. It's adding a shmira to adding a shmira. So Mamela, what do? We step it down one, which doesn't make sense logically, but that's what the Torah did. The Torah is telling us that by muad you don't have to do a shmir mu'ula, you could do a shmir pchusa, but a tam, which is much less dangerous than a muad, you need to do the top of the top. Do this gzeir shava that Remeir did. They should be equal. But you can't. You shouldn't watch this one, the muad, and not the tam. So they're different. As a Gemara, this is a little tricky, but you need it not for a lav, for the Isser. Lalav means you need this pasuk to teach us that if you don't watch a muad, a shmir mula, you're chayav. And then we said, but it's a riboy achar riboy, so we took it down. So we need this pasuk for the mood itself to tell me that a mood you don't have to do shmir mula, not to teach me something about a tam, to teach me about a mood himself. You're right. You are right. You need this pasuk for the mood itself and not to learn tam. But at the end of the day, it says yishmerenu instead of yishmar. So now I can learn two limudim. My v'lo yishmerenu lezeh for a mood v'loi la'acher raboisai. Have a wonderful day. Shir ma'alois mimamakim grosicho adinoi adinoi shemo bekoili tienos dachagash dekod achanunoi im avoinoi tishmor yo adinoi miamoi kimchas tichol lemanti vorei visi adinoi kivso nafshi v'ledroi yicholti nafshi ladinoi mishomrim laboiker shomrim laboiker Chaya Yisrael adinoi kim adinoi hachesed v'arbei moifedus v'u yivdes Yisrael b'koil avon Yisrael v'chelik of Yisrael hanasurim b'tzoro v'ashivyo oim dem bein b'yom u'bein b'yabosho Hamokim rachem alei v'tzim etzol l'revochem ha'afel loiru m'shivit l'geula hashto b'gavos b'akoriv nima romein